client's name was Jonathan Trentham. He was born with what's called an arterial venous malformation, which is a birth defect in his lip, which created a lot of problems for him. His lip would swell, and it caused a lot of cosmetic problems for him, and could potentially end up being cause emergency medical problems for him. The doctor, the fix was to go in with a catheter through his leg up into his lip, and they put in medical grade alcohol, which acts like an acid and kills everything it comes in contact with. And so the doctor has to be real careful about where he puts it. In this particular case, we found out that the doctor was in a hurry that morning, cut some corners, rushed through the procedure, and came out and told the mom that he decided just to go for it when the procedure was over. He missed the arterial malformation and hit a blood vessel that supplied the nose, and so slowly over a period of several weeks our client's nose essentially rotted off his face. We put together a good visual presentation to help teach, because this was one of the cases, the medicine was probably more complex than any case that I have handled in the past. We were dealing with neuroradiological procedures, small catheters through the leg up into the face that had to be done really almost blindly by the doctor in the radiology department. We put together a great visual presentation so that we could teach the medicine for the jury, so that the jury could understand what the doctor did, could understand the medicine. And we had a great team that pulled it all together for the jury to understand it. When we put the visual presentation together and we confronted the doctor with it, including he had a world-class expert that was in Canada that flew down for all this. When we put it all together, the whole thing just fell apart for them. And they really couldn't withstand our presentation, our cross-examination, our presentation of the facts. It really just fell apart on the witness stand. And to the point where, in closing, the jury was laughing at the doctor because his defense was really so ridiculous. The most challenging part of it was to take this medicine, I mean, it was so complex, and to break it down in terms that we could teach the jury so that the jury would really understand and could decide who was at fault and make a decision about who was at fault in the case. Because the medicine was so complex, that was really the most challenging part of dealing with the case. And we did that, again, by using analogies to teach the jury, and by putting together a visual presentation to explain to the jury how all this worked and how the medicine worked, and so that they could understand where the mistakes were made, where the corners were cut, and how this child got hurt. Well, most doctors, and I'd say 99% of the doctors in hospitals do a great job. They save people's lives every day. They're doing great work. But there's a handful of doctors, there's a handful of nurses that are bad doctors, bad nurses. And if the doctors in the hospitals would sit down and be honest about it, they knew who the bad doctors and the nurses are. But they won't do anything about it. They won't they do a bad job policing themselves. And so they don't deal with the bad doctors, and they let them continue to practice and hurt people. A lot of times people come to me, and really what they just want are answers about what happened to their husband, their wife, their child, why somebody died or end up with a life-changing injury, and they can't get answers from the hospital or the people that are treating them, and so we get the answers for them and hold the people that are accountable, responsible for what they did. And a lot of times there's a financial impact of all this too. A financial impact to the injuries that our clients suffer, and we're able to put together, when we win the case, we're able to help them financially put their lives back together. Most of our clients really just want their story told, and they want some recognition that the doctor's been wrong, because this goes along for years. You understand, once you file these cases go on for years, and the doctors in the hospitals attack the victims. I tell my clients a lot of times that they get victimized in this process twice. Once they're hurt by the doctor or the hospital, and they end up with a life-changing injury, and then when they go through this process, the doctors and the hospitals attack them. And what they're really looking for is accountability. They want to make sure that the doctors, the nurses, the people that hurt them are held accountable, and they really just want their story told. In this case, of course, our clients were ecstatic with the outcome. It was an exceptional outcome in this case, but most importantly, they were happy that the doctor was held accountable and that their story was told.